It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Siren Craft Brew, and this is a can of their Midnight Stack. It's a Nitro Maple Pancake Milk Stout coming in at 4.2% ABV. Available at the moment in ASDA supermarkets. It's a ASDA exclusive beer. There you go, that's better. You can read it now, can't you? Well, for a moment. Without further ado then, let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. 440ml can, £3 a can, just launched into ASDA. Here we go. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Nitro beer, so we can really go to town on the pour here. Whoa, wow, look at that. Oh, that's weird. And it's a little bit fizzy. That's slightly strange for a Nitro beer. Don't worry about looking at it, listen to it. It's a bit hissy and fizzy for a Nitro beer. It might be the maple. Might be the maple in it that's doing it. Okay, so we've still got a little bit in the can, but yeah, we got a jet black beer in the glass. 2 finger, slightly off-white head. Small amount of carbonation. Very, very tight. Small carbonation, small bubbles. It looks good. It looks good. Let's get the aroma. It smells nutty. It smells a little bit like a nut brown ale. Nut brown ale with some maple. It smells quite promising. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, that's okay. It's definitely Nitro. Definitely Nitro, the way it kind of slips down my neck. It's like oil slipping down my throat, like a slickness to it. It's quite thin. It's quite a thin Nitro beer. It's what I would call a very refreshing Pancake Nitro milk stout. But yeah, it's got the lactose, it's got the nitro. Now I'm really able to kind of shake the beer around in the glass for you, shake it up. Show you them tight bubbles that I was talking to you about earlier on. Look at that. So it looks great. It's doing the thing, isn't it? It's doing that kind of nitro thing that you would expect from a nitro beer. A bit like if you open a can of Guinness and you get the prancing horses. It's doing exactly that. You get the sweetness from the maple. You get that kind of mapley flavour, the stickiness to it. A little bit of chocolate, coffee, caramel flavours coming through. It's it's just a bit thin. It's just a bit thin. But for 4.2% ABV, for £3 a can, I think I can live with it. I think I can live with it. It's not a beer that that I want to go, you know, I'd never buy this again. I reckon if I was in the if I was in ASDA and I was looking through their craft range and I was thinking, I fancy a couple of stouts, you know, I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule it out for a bit of Sunday afternoon drinking. But then again, if I was sitting in my chair at home and I was thinking, right, I need to go to a supermarket to choose a beer, then I probably would not necessarily want to drive to ASDA just to pick this beer up. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I mean, last minute, in the aisle, decision making, yes, probably pick a can or two of this up. But I wouldn't drive out of my way for it. A little bit of sweetness coming through, quite a bit of sweetness actually, that kind of pancake, sticky, sweet, dessert stout style beer. It's okay by Siren, it's okay. They got a very, you know, a very respectable reputation, Siren, and I think they wouldn't want to create something terrible, you know, to go into ASDA's. They'll always hold their head above water. Even if ASDA have got the squeeze on them with the margins, they'll definitely produce something at least half decent for ASDA. It ticks a few boxes, doesn't it? It ticks a few boxes. It looks good. It's jet black. It's got some lace in it. It looks very, very nice in the glass. It smells pretty good. Rolling this beer around now in the glass. Yeah, you get a little bit of that roasty, toasty kind of maple, biscuity, bready, nutty flavour coming through. And the taste is okay. There's no off flavours. And it's a bit stout-like. Siren, what do they say? This creamy nitro milk stout recreates syrup drizzle pancake stack. The best ever breakfast. Flavours built with an extravagant trio of maple syrup, maple wood and maple bourbon chips. Our crescendo is complete with a Moorish thick body. I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to agree on the thick body. It's a bit drinkable. It's a bit refreshing for a stout. I'm not going to agree on that, Siren. Subtle chocolate notes and a dusting of spices. Pour hard and fast for the full cascade effect. I reckon if I poured hard and fast on that, it was going to go everywhere. It really is. Be careful. They tell you to pour hard and fast for that crazy Guinness effect, but be careful. You've seen my pour. If I went any faster, then it would have gone all over the blooming shop. And this will hold a 440ml can. So with that said, let's rate it. sirencraftbrew.com. Check them out if you want to. A lot of this is from the brewer's aspect. Yes, this is great. We're getting our name out there. Lots of people now know about Siren Craft Brew. It's a great advert on the supermarket shelf. Maybe people will then go to our website and buy some of our beer that we produce in the brewery for our website. And on ASDA's side, it's like we're involved with the craft beer, canned craft beer supermarket thing, finally. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for both companies. This is probably the best, it definitely is the best ASDA canned craft beer that I've had so far. It is. The other two have been, they were just shocking. The salt beer and the Seven Brothers honeycomb beer were absolutely shocking. I think they must have left the crates of beer out in the sun all afternoon. I don't know. But anyway, rating for this Siren Craft Brew Midnight Stack for £3 a can. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.